Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the broadcast. Once again, this is NewOaks AI Podcast with your host, Leland Best from AIO Chatbots and the owner and CEO of NewOaks AI on the other side of the coin here, Ray Luan, CEO of NewOaks AI. How's it going today, Ray?
Good. Good morning, Leland. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. It's a nice sunny day out here today in Michigan. How's it going over there in Shanghai, China?
Yeah, it's being like chill. The
Is
weather's
it?
getting better and better. Not was so hot anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
couldn't
getting
imagine.
fall.
I
Yeah,
couldn't imagine
yeah. So
120 degrees Fahrenheit, dude. It was
yeah.
50, it was less under 50 here last night. I had to bring some plants into the house because it was a little too cold,
Wow.
but yeah,
Okay.
it's about
Wow.
time. I'm okay with that
Yeah.
though. I don't mind a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's cool weather, right? It's not cold,
Yes.
but it's cool.
Yeah, we
So
only got less than a month left of summer here in Michigan, so it's starting
okay.
to
Wow.
dwindle down, chill out. The leaves are changing colors here any day now, so it should be kind of
Wow.
pretty along the river. And
Right.
you're gonna
But so
you're
out
gonna
of
be out here. You're coming to the
yes,
States, Ray,
yes,
next
I'm going
week.
to. Yes, the weekend. It's a Sunday, I think, September 7th. So our next podcast, I will be hosting the podcast in San Francisco with you. So you're in Michigan.
Yes,
I
so
will be in San
awesome.
Francisco. Yeah.
I
So we're
wish I
gonna.
could be there with you, Ray. I'm not going to be able to make it out there that week, so it'll have to be another rendezvous at some point. I'm
Yeah.
sure there's some people in the chat that might want to make it. Hilton, David, are you over there in California area? Go see Ray.
Yeah.
I'm
It
gonna
is.
right. I'm
Yeah.
gonna see if I can connect the chat real quick. It doesn't only take a second to do this, Ray. So while we're starting things off, welcome again to the podcast. I'm here with your weekly Tuesday AM update on what's going on over at New Oaks and some of the AI trends that are going on in the world today. So I'm going to let you talk about ChatGPT's newest models that are coming out right now,
Yep.
Ray, while I connect the social feed over
Yes.
on YouTube so we can answer some questions.
Yep.
A little bit going on at ChatGPT with regards to new models. Tell us all about them.
Yes. That's very exciting news. Very exciting news. Well, it's not officially confirmed, but rumors. I was rumors that GPT is going to release the strawberry model, which is a very advanced model. You used to call it Q star, right? The Q star model, which has a lot much better inferencing capability. So it can actually make the AI coding, AI programming, and calculate mathematics much better than the current GPT-4 model. So everybody is expecting that, and even better, I think another model called Orion is also coming after the Strawberry, which is unofficially GPT-5 model in within 2 months. So it's just rumor, but I think there's a reason that Elon Musk was bragging about Grok 3. Remember last time we talked about
Mm-hmm,
he's going to release Grok 3?
mm-hmm.
I think he was trying to compete, release that before GPT-5.
Oh, okay.
So I think
So he was in a
the
race.
guys are, yeah, it's a race. It's a very white hot race out there. They're
It's always a
competing
race.
like fiercely with each other, which is good for us, right? So we get a lot more new models coming. So I'm very excited to see the new models. And if the strawberry model comes and if the inferencing capability is really that good, I think we're gonna see a different world. I mean, in the world of developers or software programming, we may be able to use natural language to build an API or app. I think it's coming like 1 or 2 years. It could be coming in 1 or 2 years. It's
I'm
scary.
sure
I mean,
it
exciting,
is.
but also scary.
The thing can
I think
solve a New York Times crossword puzzle. That's insane when you think about
yes,
its
yeah,
abilities to reason and use logic on its own to be able to
exactly.
figure out puzzles. That's where you start really digging deep into the AI's
Yeah,
capabilities. So yeah, I
the
can't wait to see.
reasoning. Yeah,
It's gonna be
the
nuts,
reasoning
dude.
wonder is going to kill a lot of business, but it's also going to generate a lot of new opportunities. The way
Absolutely,
I think about
absolutely.
it. Yeah.
So outside
So
of that, we had some other meetings taking place outside of ChatGPT, and that's over at their biggest competitor, probably, which is Anthropic. The
Yes.
CEO over there, Dario, how do you pronounce his name? Amodei?
Um,
Is that how he pronounces?
Amodei. I think it's Italian name. I'm sure it's Italian name.
Yeah,
It's Gans
I hope so.
Amodei or Amodei. I don't know.
No, it's
Dario.
all good.
Yeah, it's a cool guy. Yeah, I was watch a video podcast of Anthropic, right?
Yep, yep.
Cloud. I mean the guy literally Dario was part of OpenAI team in the very early days. He
Okay,
was there, I think, for about 6 months to a year,
sure.
and then he and his sister and just left OpenAI and built Anthropic. Um, well,
Oh, that's
it's
right.
funny thing. I think both of them use the same model, transformer model based on Google. So Dario used to work for Google for a long time, and he was a PhD from Stanford and doing like biophysical physics major,
Hmm.
brain science, right? What were an interesting um, data point is that Dario actually worked for Baidu
Hmm.
for like
Hmm.
1 year with
You
Andrew
want to
Ng.
tell us what Baidu is? A lot of people probably don't know
Yeah,
what that
Baidu
is.
is the largest search company in China. It's
Yeah.
counterpart of Google. So
Okay.
Google left, and then
Yep.
Baidu becomes the largest. Anyway, it just was an interesting fact because I mean, Dario probably one of the best AI talents, right,
Hmm.
in the globe, in the
Oh, for
world.
sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, and he worked for Baidu. I mean, Baidu probably will regret, let him leave with
You,
Andrew N, right?
you
I think
think
that's a,
he took a lot of
yeah, I think
knowledge
that's
with him
a,
when he left? That's for sure.
yeah, I think that's what it, and also it brings out another very hot topic recently on X. Like Paul Graham was talking about the
Yep.
founder mode versus manager mode. So I think there are a lot of big tech companies that are entering manager mode,
Hmm.
right? So the
Hmm.
founder is not hands-on on everything, and the company was losing control. I think Google is a good example. During the interview, Noah Smith, I mean the podcast host, was asking Dario said, Google has everything. Google was like Bell Lab in the telecom days, right?
Sure.
Bell Lab is the innovator, is the incubator of all of the talents for the mobile
Pretty
telecommunication
much. Yeah.
technology. Yeah, Google is same. Google is the AI era Bell Lab, and
Mhm.
most of the talents were working for Google for like over 10 years. But why Google did not come up with a model like OpenAI or Anthropic,
Good point.
right? So that's a very interesting question. Because I think Google was bureaucratic. They are entering manager mode, which means that the manager was I mean the professional managers are running the company. It's
Hmm.
not a founder running company like SpaceX,
Yeah.
like Tesla, or like Jensen Huang's Nvidia, right? So there's a big difference between these two kind of companies. So founder mode is also a very interesting topic to talk about. I think one of the organization structure is that whether the founder himself is hands on
Gotcha.
in onto everything. Yeah,
Totally
I think that's a
understand.
key, right?
And
Yeah,
just so you
I
guys
mean,
understand what Ray's talking about, just so you guys can go find it, I'm leaving the links in the chat below the feed in the community podcast, so or the community group on Facebook, so that you can find the links we're talking about here. The X tweet that Ray's referring to was done by Paul Graham, and what that
yeah,
is a list of items that are referring to whether you're running your company in founder mode or manager mode. And Ray's going to kind of cover here some of the characteristics that are found in those two modes so that you can discover which one you're actually operating in right now and which one you might
yeah,
want to be in instead. So tell us a little bit about
yeah.
manager mode, Ray. What's that cover?
Yeah, manager mode is basically like what you learn from business schools, right? When you grow up your business like over 100 employees, manager mode means tells you that to hire a lot of smart people and just delegate the power. Do not touch the business anymore. You just be in charge of strategy, fundraising, and the most like macro economical stuff, right? Not the
Stop
details of the product.
micromanaging your business. Yes.
Yes, exactly. But it's always a founder is going to be told by the VCs or by the the guys from the big tech giants like
Mhm.
Meta or Google, right? You need to hire someone
Yeah.
and give them the power and leave them alone so that they can manage well. But
Mhm.
it most of the time it doesn't work well. That was because of the speech that Airbnb's founder Brian Chesky gave last week.
Oh.
I think in Y Combinator said Airbnb went through the whole catastrophic thing, and he get Brian Chesky delegated the power to the other professional manager, and they just messed it up. And
Oh,
he has
gotcha.
to come back to power, to be the firefighter of the whole company and
Gotcha.
bring the company to be back from the edge of being like bankrupted or in failed, right?
Mhm.
So that's
Mhm.
the whole story. So Brian Chesky gave a very interesting speech, and then Paul Graham just wrote a post about how a founder should run a startup. There's no final answer, yes or no, or good or bad.
Mhm.
It they just find out that manager mode does not work in most of the time. That's
No,
why
it's too
yeah.
hands-on. I think you spend too much time trying to put out fires yourself as an owner.
Yeah.
If a founder could find his
Uh-huh.
place to be able to delegate, it's one of my problems. I hate delegating work that I feel is
Yeah.
of a level of importance that I need to
Yeah.
oversee. And when you can
Yeah.
get past that, when you can tell yourself, no, I have to give someone else that responsibility to just do what I've always felt is this close to my heart, that you've got to, when you can let go of those reins, that's when I think most companies flourish, because
Yeah.
you're not restricting your growth by trying to confine it to what you think it should be. You're letting others then start to grow the company based on what they see it being. And
Yes.
sometimes another person's vision is much better than your own when you really think about it,
Yeah.
because they see it for what it's capable of. You see it for what you want it to be. It's not always
Yeah.
necessarily what it could be. So great stuff,
Yes.
Bernie. I love it. So all those links are available over on the Facebook group in the community. So you have to be part of the community to get to those, which means you're going to have to join the Facebook group to do so. So I'm going to touch base on the chat. I was unable to connect to the feed on the chat this morning, so I apologize. We're going to see if we can work that out later. We got Hilton Davidow, we got Michael Ruiz, and it looks like we may have a couple of. I accidentally dropped a link that was our stream key for today. I was trying to copy the link over into the share, but crossing computers
Yeah.
didn't work. So
Yeah.
Devansh Banda says, thanks. I love this app a lot. Now looking to see what is the digital card or business card that you're working on. So we're going to talk about that in just a minute, Ray.
Yes.
Let's just cover that mission statement one more time. What is it that New Oaks would really like people to do when it comes to AI?
Yes. So our mission is bring AI to automate your business and to improve your productivity. So earlier I was reading another startup's one sentence tagline. I think was pretty good. Empower the non-techy people, right, with AI, and automate the business owners capability. And automate the business for business owners. I think those are the two things, which is our focus. Um, I think with the advancement of AI technology, is we're going to make the chat quality better and
Mhm.
better. But one of the key I learned um, over the past 8 months or 9 months is that we can the asset we accumulate throughout the time is the customers feedback data,
Yeah.
the conversation, right, the log. So we should use the customers feedback data to improve the chat quality over time and make it better and better. So I think that's the next stage that I'm gonna do with NewOaks, just to make it much better, and so that eventually every business owners will have their own large language model
Mhm.
with fine tune, right? So
I
it's
love it.
really customized large language model by, based on your business, right? It's not a large language model, a generic large language model. I think eventually all of us, Leland, you will have your own
Should have
virtual
our own.
assistant, right?
Yeah.
And Michael Lewis will have Michael's virtual assistant, and Hilton will have his own virtual assistant. So everybody has a virtual assistant, and then we can come up. We can, when we meet on the podcast, if you do not want to show up, if you're a camera shy, you can have your virtual
Send
assistant
your
show up,
assistant.
talk to, yeah,
Your
and talk to
avatar
you
will
and me.
talk for you. Yeah, I think it's awesome because it
Exactly.
has the capabilities in the making. We see that already. That's not even a
Yep.
shy of evidence because we're already taking and making calls through the chat, which is like somebody types in
Yep.
and then the AI says, well, would you prefer I call you? It's like the AI is making the phone calls now. It's like they have to opt in, obviously. We can't just go out making phone calls with AI because that's against the law. But at least here in the US, it is. We have to be really careful how we state that. But yeah, I think the emphasis here, obviously, is taking all that feedback. And if you've noticed some of the logs in my account, right, people have been going to AIO chatbots to pass tests
Yeah.
because the kids,
Okay.
I have a lot of college kids or students from Africa that are logging into my website and they're just
Right.
using the
Yeah.
chatbot on the website and
Yep.
they're inputting all of their test questions, trying to get the answers
Wow.
to their test
Wow.
questions.
This it's very
So
interesting.
yeah,
Leland,
I
actually,
found that.
this morning I was talking to my other friend who is also a AI product manager.
Mhm.
So there's one startup I was building a AI educational tools just for the students to help them to pass a quiz every week or
Yeah,
the final semi-final exams, help them to prepare for the test, not to cheat, right,
yeah,
but
exactly.
to be prepared for the test, to learn the knowledge point that they did not learn in the classroom. I think that's a pretty good idea.
I do
Yeah.
too. And I can see where it could be difficult though to build a model like that because the first thing
Yeah.
an AI wants to do is answer questions. And if you're going to ask a
Right.
question that's on a test, it's going to want to answer it. So it's going to be tough
Yeah.
to keep it from just outright displaying an answer, or you just have to restrict the access. During the test, there's no access. But
Right.
up until that final point, you should have
Yeah.
access to that type of knowledge for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just want to kind of from that, it was kind of interesting that there's all this new stuff being added with especially the new GPT 4.0
Yeah.
2024 release version, if you want to call it that.
Yes.
What's that all
Yeah.
about, right?
It's August. I will call it August 6th model. It's much
There you
easier
go.
to
That's what it is.
remember.
Yes,
So
exactly.
it is a structured output that we have been talking about. So it took us about 3 weeks to just finish the implementation of the latest model. So the benefits of the structured output is that first of all, the cost has been much lower, like 60% of the cost of GPT 4.0, which is $20 for a million tokens. So,
Mhm.
so the newer version, slashed the cost by 40%. Now it's only
Oh,
$12.5 per million
mhm.
tokens. Literally, it is about 1,000 to 2,000 message credits, the cost, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
That's one thing. And the other thing is that because the new version use a JSON output, JSON format,
Oh,
JSON schema
yeah,
output.
structured.
So which is, yeah, structured, which is good because the previous model, the output is not always structured. So that's
Yeah,
why it hallucinates sometimes, right?
yeah.
That's why when the model does not know the answer, he doesn't tell you. So he'll make up something. But this time, with the newer structured output model, if the LLM does not know the answer, he will say no. And so you know that he does not know the answer and it doesn't hallucinate as much as it was before. So the level of hallucination is expected to be reduced much more than the GPT-4o. And also it comes to when it comes to the safety output, right?
Yeah.
For all of the content that illegal or not so great content,
Yeah. Don't want people
The
making
output is
bombs with
much
an AI
better.
chatbot for sure.
Yeah, make atomic bomb, right? How to make a atomic bomb by hand
Yeah,
manually.
it's
Yeah, this
been
kind of
tried. Yeah,
yep,
it's been
exactly.
tried for sure. Well, I
Yeah.
guess the
So
thing is,
it,
and I have been encountering some of that, Ray, and we'll have to talk about that after hour because it seems I'm still, even with the safety switch on, that
yeah.
somehow the bot is answering questions off topic. It's like the kids are coming to the bot and they're asking it just
Uh-huh.
college-based questions, like what is thermonuclear? There's all kinds of
Oh wow.
questions out there. Don't get me wrong, but
Yes.
it's
Yep.
just the concept of getting the answer, and it's
Yeah.
still providing the answer out of
Uh-huh.
context, which we need to obviously focus on in some cases. But
Yep.
next up,
Definitely.
predefined SMS. So we're getting into the digital business card that everybody's excited about. We've done one iteration of it. I'm going to go pull it up on the screen inside my own account so that everybody can see what we're talking about here.
Yep.
Within the basically within the chat bot
Workspace.
itself, it's
No.
within the workspace. I'm going to get to it.
Workspace.
They're not seeing this yet,
Yep.
so I'll put it up on the screen
Right.
in just a second.
Yep.
So what happens inside NewOaks is there's a menu item for the people that have the digital business card access, and what happens is you upload your profile pic, you fill in all the
Uh-huh.
data that you want people to be able to reach you at, including your
Yep.
WhatsApp, Facebook, website, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, and your location, along with now an SMS template. So what's the SMS template, right?
Right. So the SMS templates is critical part of the digital business card, which was I had to thank Michael Ruiz for that idea. He proposed that to me. I think it was a brilliant idea. So the idea is to you you can enter a predefined SMS QR code. I mean message,
Oh,
right? So
gotcha.
that on the right corner, right upper corner says share, right? If you have click the share,
Oh,
you
in the
share
click, yeah, for the preview,
and
yes, up
click.
here.
You
Yep, yep.
click and you will see, yeah, you will see a QR code. Then you can use a camera, your iPhone's camera, scan the
Oh,
QR
yeah.
code. Then you will see a input box for SMS with
Oh,
predefined message.
gotcha. Okay. Let me
Right.
see. So everybody go ahead, take a snap of the QR code with your camera there.
Yep.
And if you do
Yep.
so, if you'll see the little icon show up on your screen that takes you to the place you want to go, which is the link to the website. It's
So
usually the first thing that pops up. Yeah, go ahead, Ray.
so here's the I mean, the most beautiful part. So once you scan the QR code and there's
Mhm.
a pop-up message said,
Look at that. I just put the message in the box, and the first
right,
thing to
you already
pop
put
up
a
on my
message. Yes,
screen was
exactly.
hello, I'm
Wow,
Leland Best, and
awesome,
it's my
beautiful.
pleasure to meet you. Pretty cool.
Beautiful, beautiful. So
I love it.
so the idea is whenever in the conference or offline activities or events you go to, just show people the QR code. Then
Yeah.
someone scan the QR code, and the second action item is just click send button, and then his number with a predefined message was sent to you already. So it capture lead,
Oh, I see.
and then
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's right there on the screen. I
that's the
didn't
whole
see
idea,
it. It has, if you notice
right?
right there above the hello, it says
Yeah.
texting with, and it gives me their phone
Yes,
number. So I
exactly.
know
You
exactly
got
who's
the phone number
texting me.
already.
That's
Yeah, you
awesome.
got the phone number. Yeah, you got
Cool.
the prospect phone number, and
Nice.
then yeah, you're like literally um you're like attract the prospect to send you a message, right?
Hmm.
And so that first you can capture the lead in the form of phone number. You already know the phone number whenever
Yeah.
after the SMS was sent. And secondly, if you deploy your chatbot to the SMS, either on Google Voice or Twitter, the
Hmm.
chatbot can take over the conversation and to do the follow-up for the next couple hours, right?
Oh, wow.
And then make appointments right away. So
Hmm.
that's a hook. Eventually, the CTA, the call to action, is to either make appointments
Hmm.
or have a in-person meeting or schedule a online call, something like that.
That's really
That
cool.
way, yeah, that way we're building a funnel, right, for our every business owners, a funnel to engage with the prospective customers and get the traffic, and then the chatbot will do the conversion work. We're building a funnel one by one, step by step.
This is so cool.
I think
I'm
that's,
just I'm
yeah,
playing with it over here, Ray. Sorry,
right.
because
Yes.
the prompt you saw that was put in the box is actually for me to do my first
Uh-huh.
reply out to the people. I had to actually send it. It was set up
Yep.
to send. So as in
Uh-huh.
it's looking at me going, okay, here's your prompt. You need to send it to the person. I'm kind of surprised, Ray, just to be honest, that didn't go out right away, like as the
Uh-huh.
first response. It didn't enter
Okay.
that response. I had to do it for it. So it
Okay.
filled the box, but I had to hit
Sure.
send in order for it to
Yes.
go to the actual phone. So just letting you
Right.
guys
Right.
know. Ross
Yeah.
McCamey came up with a wonderful idea with regard to the QR code, and that was, and
Yep.
you can make the QR code anywhere you can. There's QR code generators all over the place. Some are fancy,
Yep.
some are graphical, some are not. They're just black and white. But what you could do
Exactly.
is put an image of your QR code right on the backdrop of your phone. And when somebody
Yep.
asks who you are, you let them
Uh-huh.
flash that. It connects directly to your digital business card. They see it on the other end. They get the text message, et cetera, et cetera. So just a
Yep.
one-off way to make it easier for you to get to. If you can't find your business card right away, just put it on your
Right.
screen and you'll
It's
never
so
have to worry about
convenient.
it. Yeah, I love it. All right, Ray, do we have anything else? Yes, we got one more thing, and we're going to kind of, no, actually, two more things. So, Google Calendar and voice authorization approval. Looks like you're moving ahead on voice, Ray. Let's talk about that. It sounds like good news.
Well,
What's the word?
it's Google Calendar and Google Voice,
Yes.
not the one AI. So,
Oh, I see.
you know, yeah, previously the authorization, there's a alert page said, hey, it's not safe, blah 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 blah, right? That was
Oh,
because
gotcha. Okay.
Google did not approve that authorization process. So we just
Yes.
finished that long review process with Google. Eventually, they approved that. So now you see that it's NewOaks is, is
Gotcha.
you are authorizing NewOaks to access your calendar and also authorize your Google Gmail so that we can use Google Voice, get engaged
Yeah.
to implement the chatbot to SMS with Google Voice. So
Gotcha.
that's a whole. Yep.
And a lot of people probably thought when they went to connect their calendars and such that there was a security issue. And that's only Google's warning to let you know that the app has not
Yeah,
been fully
exactly.
approved on their end. They've been
Yes,
applied for, they've already submitted all their paperwork. It's just a matter of them finalizing the approval. So,
exactly.
all right, cool. And then last on our list, it looks like we're kind of rolling into September's roadmap. You've got an integration with GHL coming up that's in active production right now, along
Yep.
with the release of the digital business card. So,
Yep.
what could you see? How can you expect these updates are going to impact business automations going forward?
Yeah, good question, Leland. So my idea is, I mean, from the very beginning, like 6 months ago, we were talking about build a sales funnel for business owners, right? And with AI. So we're gonna build a sales AI co-pilot sales funnel. On the top of the funnel is the digital business card. That's where we can get traffic, get attention from our customers, right? And then after that, after we got the customers engagement, then we'll capture lead and do the conversion, eventually make appointment. And after that appointment booking, I think as that's the integration with Go High Level. I mean, software that's Go High Level, either Go High Level or the one that you built,
Yeah,
right? Same
yeah,
thing.
for sure.
So the idea is that we can utilize a chat capability with the whole automation software like Go High Level to build a sales funnel because the missing piece for NewOaks is that we don't have CRM. CRM is so complicated.
Yeah,
I don't want to build another CRM, right?
I get
To
it. No, I
compete
get it.
with. Yeah.
There's a lot of them out
So
there
that
already.
yeah. So with the native integration, you can use NewOaks AI's chatbot
Mm-hmm.
engage with customers and also to to book the appointments with calendars. You can do it with either Go High Levels calendars or with our own calendars. And then just with the inbound webhook, you can pass on the conversation, the
Mm-hmm.
lead information, appointment booking info to Go High Level and save it as part of the pipeline opportunities.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that way it's much easier. And then you can use Go High Level to do the follow up, either by SMS or by email or by phone call, voice, maybe everything else. Just with so that way the whole automation process is
Seamless.
streamlined. Yep.
Yeah, we
Same
want it to all
seamless.
connect together. There's no sense in
Yeah.
it anymore not having everything connected. That's just been the way of the world for the last 10 years now. A lot of people are just
Yep.
catching up. A lot of people, when I talk about AI and automations, one, they have no
Yep.
clue how AI is involved in automations, for one. And then they get that you can automate a business, but they don't. I think a lot of people just imagine like long conveyor lines and robots and things like that automating business.
Yes.
They don't think of these contextual, libraries of language being able
Yep.
to benefit them in any way, and especially if
Yep.
they're cutting bolts and nuts at a machine shop.
Yep.
They're like, what,
Yep.
how is AI going to help me? And I think a lot of it comes down to us better understanding the business owners in niches that could
Yep.
apply AI and haven't
Yep.
yet, because they don't
Yep.
really know how to. And I think some of
Yep.
us as AI techs and engineers also have to consider some of the niches we haven't, and think about areas that we haven't considered automation and AI, and try to figure out ways we can help those people that we haven't even thought of yet. So, because there's a lot of
Exactly.
things we haven't automated in the business world that could
Yeah.
be.
So it's just a start, right? It just a start with
Yeah.
help with AI. We can broaden the scope that automate everything, right?
Absolutely. All right, down to
Yeah.
back to the OKRs. Really, it comes down to getting 20 customer interviews. You've got
Yeah.
15 complete with 5 remaining. I think we're going to check me off on one of those, so really only 4.
Yes. Sure.
So if you're
Yeah.
interested in getting interviewed by Ray for the fact that you're using the
Yeah.
NewOaks AI chatbot in either
Uh-huh.
even your personal use, doesn't really matter. We'd like to showcase some businesses, obviously, for that case, because the purpose and goal of NewOaks is to further benefit businesses with AI. So I'm going to touch on the chat real quick, Ray, too. We got the strategy one showed up. I tested your demo. Don't know why it keeps asking. Let us know how to contact you and asking for my email. So that's one thing that could be adjusted. I know it's asking for that. It's a lead magnet, obviously, for the company to have their branded chatbot out there asking for people to try it out and test it. It's a good way to gather lead information so that we can reach back out and talk to you about the chat bot. So feel
Yeah.
free to enter that. If you don't want to go that route, you might want to try bypassing it. Is there a way we can bypass that, Ray? So don't you just close the exit out, or isn't that just a pop-up you can X out when it asks for name and email?
Yeah, you can just keep carry the conversation.
But is there a way to keep it from asking you, like if it's asked you once for
Oh,
email and
right. Yeah.
name and you don't want to give it, is there a way that you can tell the chat bot, no, I'm not
Probably
going to
not.
give you
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
There
Probably
should be
not
an
yet. But
opt out, maybe, I guess. It should
yes,
be a thought.
should be a way to opt out. Yeah.
All right.
I should change the prompt because it's trying to collecting
It
the
could be a
lead.
little
Yeah.
box inside that box that would say opt
Yeah.
out from further requests, maybe, and that would
Yeah.
be enough. But you
Or
get the
a
point.
wording to opt. Yes, I got a point to get
Yeah.
yes.
Well, I mean, from them, that on the other end, they get the point that there's a reason that it's there, and to turn it off is just kind of it's the reverse logic of what we want it to do. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And Hilton
Yes.
has another question as an appreneur, or appreneur, he calls himself. I tested the demo and it the prepared message waiting for me to send it. Yes, that's what we showed just a
Yes.
moment ago. So it's scan, then send the preloaded message. So user or scanner, it's making first contact. That's correct. All right. So it's
Yes.
either, yeah, you scan, it's basically giving the hello, and then
Uh-huh.
you're getting the response that you could use. Now, what I was thinking, Ray, is what if for these responses,
Okay.
we had canned responses
Yep.
so that we could enter like 10 or 12 of them and use a
Uh-huh.
backslash and have a little menu?
Yep.
Or can you do that you can't in a text, can you? Because you're forcing the text into the prompt window. So there's no way
Uh-huh.
to do a choice there. It has to be a single item, right? That's all you can send.
Um,
You wouldn't be
well,
able to
you
send a
can.
choice, would you?
Well, I think that you can. You can
Could
send a
you?
choice.
That'd be
Yes,
nice.
but you had to put that into the prompt.
Yeah,
Um,
you would have like
right. You
5
put that into the
choices that you
prompt.
could select from.
Yeah, five
Okay.
choices. I
Okay.
think you can do that.
That's possible.
But you
We'll
have
have
to
to look
do a
into it.
better prompting. Yep.
Yeah. All right. We'll look into it. For
Mhm.
sure, Hilton. And then basically, just to recap, it's come down to New Oaks is going to gain a lot of information to help benefit the user by having these interviews with you guys. So step up. It doesn't take much. It's just a short time of getting to know you better and how much better NewOaks could serve you. So we covered the trends. All the links are over in the Facebook community. Just head over to Facebook, join the group, and you'll be able to follow up on those links. As we've said before, the feature updates that we just came out with this week are the fact that we can now use the newest release of ChatGPT 4.0. We have the predefined SMS for the digital business card and full authorization for Google Calendar and Voice. But the big news is Ray's coming to America, folks. So head over to San Francisco area, catch him over there in Silicon Valley, hanging out at SaaStr 2024. And can you tell us where is that exactly taking place, Ray? Is there a convention center or something that's taking place and that you're aware of?
It's a convention center probably near the San Francisco International Airport.
Oh, okay.
Not too far from the airport. There's a convention center. Yeah.
So look up SaaStr, SaaStr. That's all it is. SaaStr is the name of the conference.
SaaStr. There's a lot of AI related activities. So I already have my bookings.
Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. I should be able to find it. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so
and
this is what the site looks like. If you want to go check it, there'll be parties. Ray will be partying up with everybody here in the U.S. So SaaStr is the world's largest community for business software. It's basically a place for all those SaaS owners, entrepreneurs to hang out in San Francisco Bay Area for the year and see what's happening. So it's basically what it says, where the cloud meets. I love it. That's a cool little tagline.
There's about at least 10,000 people are going to this event. Yeah, a lot of people. So I'm gonna bring the digital business card with a QR code. On the screen of my iPhone, and I'm gonna show people around. So just scan the code, and then the product will tell itself, right? It will sell for itself.
I love it.
So
looking forward to it, Ray. I hope, if anything, let's do a FaceTime or something when you're here in the States so that we can get you on air. Maybe I can do a one-off of you out on site, and I'll just record it real quick for you. And we'll do like an on-site SaaStr, Ray's on the floor on the red carpet. And we'll just let me know when you're there and give me a call and we'll fire up a feed. Sound good? All right, cool. That's all we got for you today, folks. I'm going to wrap it up. This has been Leland Best, the best live TV and AIO chatbots, along with my buddy here, Ray Luan, CEO of NewOaks AI, bringing you the NewOaks AI podcast every Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, where we hang out for a good half hour, 45 minutes with Ray, talking about AI trends around the world and the latest feature updates to NewOaks AI. We'll see you next Tuesday, Ray. Take care. Stay safe. But we'll see you before that here in the U.S. All right. Have a good one. See you next time. Bye-bye.